Well, if you ever plan to motor west, Jack, take my way, that's the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Well, it's Tricky Quiz number 19, and our first of all of them is both the trickiest and the easiest. Why can't a person living in North Carolina be buried in South Carolina? And I'll just give you the answer. You ready? Sure you are. They're still living. Okay, question number 2. This is both a chemistry and bar question. And if you add equal amounts of water and alcohol together, do you get more, less, or the same? Well, as it turns out, if you add 50 units of water to 50 units of alcohol, the volume of the two together is about 96, 97 units. You know, they get all mixed together and the molecules fit tightly and so on. They're all snug there together. By the way, maybe you need some ice. And talking about ice, if the Greenland ice shelf melts, that does raise the sea level. But on the other hand, the floating ice shelves don't, notwithstanding some advanced work about salinity and ratios, but I digress. Okay, number 3. The U.S. invests most of its money in what country? And vice versa while you're at it. And people might say Canada, the U.K., and certainly that's a lot coming in. Turns out Netherlands received the most from the U.S. and has been doing so for a long time. And much like Kuwait, they keep their wealth outside the country for reasons which are kind of obvious when you think about it. Well, true or false? Route 66 is the shortest route between Chicago and Los Angeles. It's the route of the Santa Fe Railroad, and it was touted as the Great Circle route. And, I checked that out, and that's actually not quite true. And, of course, it does go by new interstate numberings, but still the question is valid. And it turns out between the two cities, if you look at it on a globe, and I have, Great Circle route should actually bend a little bit northward. And sure enough, taking the route that is a little bit more northward, and that's the I-15 all the way through 80, 88, is shorter than the old route of 66, which was the 15, the 40, 44, and the 55. But it's only shorter by about 6 miles. And our last question is, of course, a flag question. This one seems easy, but, it is a tricky quiz. How many times has the U.S. flag changed? Well, it turns out you might say, well, I'll take 50 states, subtract 13, 37, and that would be wrong. Well, as it turns out, after a while, after they started admitting the states, and remember we had that 15-star, 15-stripe one, we did that before, they decided to only change it on July 4th. So a bunch, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arizona, New Mexico, all changed at once. So it turns out it's 27 times. And there's a link to my YouTube site that shows them.